on to the next game. Whee! Our New England Patriots, Justin, against the Miami Dolphins. We still can't catch a break. Justin, you want to kick this one off, or does the non-Patriots fan John want to kick it off?
I'll straight up just say this: Tua didn't beat us.
Yeah, no.
So I'll be honest. I can only speak so much on the game because I didn't have the opportunity to watch it. But from what I did get to see, we lost, but it wasn't because of Tua. Tyreek Hill is still an absolute animal. Jalen Waddle is very quick. I saw a touchdown to Jalen Waddle where the guy split three safeties, man. Three safeties there. This guy's so quick. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it. It was a good ball by Tua. Jalen Waddle did the rest of the work. But throughout the whole game, it wasn't Tua. It was New England not being able to do enough. The constant problem that I always see with the Patriots is we don't have receivers that create enough separation. And one of the things that pissed me off was Kendrick Bourne not being out there. Don't come at me and say this is where I mentioned earlier that I questioned some of Bill Belichick's decisions after the game says, oh, all of our offensive talent or our skill players will get the opportunity to prove themselves at some point. Kendrick Bourne is arguably your best receiver. So are you going to sit here and tell me, I know that, and you know what, call me crazy, but I'm not trying to come at a genius head coach because Lord knows he knows way more football than I will ever comprehend. But you can't tell me your best receiver shouldn't be out on the field 80% of the time. At least he should be out there all the time. He's your most explosive receiver in an offense that lacks explosiveness. So, yeah, let me pull my most explosive receiver. It makes 0 sense to me. 0 sense. And guess what? His one catch went for 41 yards. Don't tell me that he doesn't belong on the field. Don't feed me Nelson Aguilar. Don't feed me Devontae Parker. Yes, I believe in Jacoby Myers because he's a possession receiver, but don't feed me that BS and give me Ty Montgomery. No, give me Kendrick Bourne, who still has a lot to prove in the league, who still has some polishing and he still can grow in the game. We know what we're getting from some of these guys. Put him out on the field. Don't let him sit there and rot on the bench. And, I saw a video of him. He was pissed off back there. And I would be too.
Yeah.
I would be too. This is an offense that needs explosiveness. Put him out on the damn field. I don't care what you say, Bill. I'm kind of tired of it. Tom Brady's not under center anymore. You need that. You need that out there.
No. Listen, I agree with all your sentiments. Listen, I held up two because that's how many snaps Kendrick Bourne got the entire game. 2 snaps, 1 target. The 1 target was the biggest play of the entire game. I told you guys before the season, Kendrick Bourne is our best receiver. He's our most. You put the ball in his hands, he's a playmaker. He can make plays. And Mike Jones delivered a beautiful deep ball to him for the 41-yard reception. It was beautiful, and I said before on our Thursday episode that this was a must-win game for Bill Belichick. I stand by that, but I also don't have major concerns for New England because I got to stand behind Bill and just be like, you know what? I think he's going to figure it out. I don't know how a genius like him can't look at yesterday's game and say, we got to get this guy Kendrick Bourne in the game more. Like, I just don't know how you can't see that, and I hope he does see that. Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson. Damian Harris, 9 carries for 48 yards. You got to get him the ball more, man. Mac Jones dealing with back spasm. He says he's going to be okay, so hopefully he's going to be okay. I know you guys don't like me bringing up penalties, but it was clear as day on the first drive where we were looking really good. And I don't know if you're able to catch the first drive, Justin, but Mac was looking real good. The offense was moving. We were at Miami's 22-yard line. He throws a ball to the end zone on Xavier Howard to Devontae Parker, and Xavier Howard just holds him for like 5 yards at the end of the play, and the ref doesn't call it. Howard's able to tip it up, and the safety picks it like it was nothing, and it just that started the downpour right there. it was 20-7 in the fourth quarter, and we still had a chance to win the game. The, 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 the Pats' final drive with 6 minutes left. Mac goes 11 to Jonnu, then a 41 bomb that we talked about to KB. Then 2 plays later, Mac hits Aguilar on a drag. Aguilar gets rocked, fumbles the ball, and I when I first saw that play, I was surprised, and it kind of gives me terrible nightmare flashbacks to the Eagles Super Bowl with Tom Brady, where the flat was wide open. Ty Montgomery was wide open in the flat. Take the flat. Don't force it in the middle where your receiver is going to get popped. And Nelson Aguilar did get popped. Good sign. Only 3 penalties. I'm pretty sure last year we had major penalty issues in week 1. So that's a good sign that Bill's at least got him coached up there. But 3 turnovers can't happen. It's just bad. It's not good football. Bill can't stand for good football. And last thing I got to say is we're on to Pittsburgh.
Let me tell you guys, and I said this before, the lack of explosiveness and just pure get-off or star power on this Patriots team is why they're not a playoff squad. You look at the rest of the AFC and this division, in fact, the Dolphins' defense is one of the best in the NFL, and as you saw yesterday, you guys couldn't put points up on the board against them. And now you go to a team like Pittsburgh. You had to play Buffalo twice this year. The Dolphins again. And heck, even the Jets defense looked pretty good on Sunday to start against the Ravens, though they basically had no running game with J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards both out. Against top-tier defenses, this Patriots offense, maybe Kendrick Bourne does play more than 2 snaps, like you said, and he can be that vertical dimension, and Tyquan Thornton comes off IR, and there's some pop there and some explosiveness. But until then, I mean, Nelson Aguilar, Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry, Devontae Parker, none of those guys are really going to add that pure take the top over a defense, game-changing plays the way Tyreek Hill can, Stephon Diggs, heck, even Gabriel Davis. And when your quarterback's not Josh Allen, it makes that all that much more harder. Mac is good, but I don't think he's good enough to really take a team with this much limitations on offense and put it up to an elite level, especially with all the turnover they've had on this roster. So, yeah, man, I mean, I feel like the Patriots are in purgatory just like the Steelers did win. I feel like those 2 teams right now are kind of just stuck in the middle where they're competent, they're going to be competitive, they're going to be good and well coached, but there's limitations here, and it's why they're not Super Bowl contenders, and especially for the Patriots, not a playoff team for me.
You know, I think Mac can be a very good quarterback, and not only a very good quarterback, I think he can be a Super Bowl winning quarterback. But as I mentioned to Brandon before, when one day we were just yelling at each other about Josh Allen, I was like, the pieces have to come together. And I feel that way about the Patriots. The pieces have to be there. If you're not going to give Mac Jones a legit number 1, which for some reason the Patriots seem so stubborn to go out there and get one, and they've been stubborn like that for a very long time, to go out there and get a true number 1 receiver. I get it. You don't want to pay anybody. But guess what? The reason, because you don't want to pay anybody, you don't want to pay that skilled position, we're going to get burnt for it. And you know what? You're not helping your quarterback truly progress by doing so. So really, how are you putting your team in position to win when you're not really investing into your quarterback? And not only the skill position, but you go out there this season and give me Matt Patricia and Joe Judge as your OC combo, potentially, allegedly. I don't even know what the hell was going on. Who was calling the plays yesterday? Do we know?
I think it was Matt Patricia, but I'm not freaking sure.
I don't even know either. So that's the problem. We don't know. And I'm sorry, and I'm speaking so passionate about it because I'm a very angry Patriot fan, and I'm kind of fed up with it. I'm really fed up with the nonsense. So last year was a very good year, and it kind of reminds me, you know how, Brandon, you said we're 5 years away. You believe we could win a Super Bowl in one of the next 5 years. My favorite baseball team is the New York Yankees. In 2017, we added youth movement. Things looked amazing. We were playing with house money, much like the Patriots were last season. House money. Go in there, see what you got. Now, the next season, you're supposed to invest in your team. The Yankees in 2018 got Giancarlo Stanton. What did the Patriots do the next season? What did they do to invest in their team?
Well, we didn't have cap space.
Yeah.
Next year, you spend it.
next year we do have cap space. I think we're the 4th highest cap space in the league next year, or three or four, whichever one it is.
And I really hope we step up, dude. I want to see. I can't wait till Tyquan Thornton comes back on the field because I really want to see what we have in that receiver. Maybe he's the explosiveness that I'm talking about, but I have serious concerns.